is Monday, April the 24th, 2023. Who am I? Well, I am James. Who are you? You are you. And we are here for another breathtaking edition of At Home with James, live on the information superhighway, otherwise known as the World Wide Web, also known as the Internet. It is an important episode as we reach finality in the month of April. The first quarter of 2023 is over, and tonight we hold individual performance reviews with the following guests: Joe Conto, Annabelle Agnew, and Dimitri Kierez. More on that later on. We hope that you're calm and cozy and comfortable as you watch tonight's telecast. Perhaps you're cuddling with your mommy or your daddy, maybe both. Maybe you're in bed, maybe you're on your couch, maybe you're watching live from a nice, boiling hot bath. You've got one of those bridges that sits in front of you, connected on the rim of your bath with some type of Chardonnay in a glass, maybe some grapes and cheese. Maybe you've got your feet up. Maybe you're going to take a photo to put on social media, candles surrounding you, as the kids refer to as a thirst trap. Well, I'll tell you what. Nothing sexy about tonight's episode. We are going to get down and dirty, and not in the horny way. It's the nitty-gritty of everything that 2023 has had to offer, and we also look ahead to the next quarter. So if you're sitting there, perhaps in your bed, on your couch, in your boiling hot bath, and you're saying, James, you have tantalized me, you have titillated me, you, my friend, have tickled my deepest and darkest curiosities. When will the performance reviews begin? And to you, my very wet friend, I say in 3, 2, 1. Let's welcome to the show the one and the only Joe Conto to tonight's program.
Okay.
Joe, welcome to this program tonight.
Thanks very much. How are you?
I am doing well.
Good. I haven't seen you in a while, really.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been on the show. Last time you were here, I guess this is technically a portion of the show, was At Home Live and in person, March 25th, 2023, 8 o'clock p.m., live from Montreal Improv, where you are part of the Mr. At Home pageant.
That's right. And I made meatballs.
You did make meatballs, yeah, and from what I can remember, people enjoyed them, but not quite enough to send you into the finals.
Well, that's the thing. I get it. I mean, other people had different talents that were more performative than bringing in some meatballs.
Well, I will say I did enjoy the gusto that you put forth by saying, you know what, I'm going to forgo traditional traditions. I'm not going to be, or rather talents, that is. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to dance. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. You cooked food and gave it to the judges to eat at their little bitty table.
And they loved it.
Not quite enough, though, to make it to the finals.
No, I get it. Yes, I get it. But still, I like feeding people,
You know, the thing that we're doing, I think, over these past 3 years, Joe, is we're really setting up an underdog story here. You couldn't win 2 pumpkin carving contests. You didn't win the Christmas cookie challenge. You didn't win the pageant. So when you finally do win, it's going to be great.
Celebratory. Yeah.
But then that's it, right? In many ways, the chase is better than than what you succeed at.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've sort of hung my hat on being like the Pepsi Cola. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The second.
That's generous. I thought you would have gone with the RC Cola.
Well, yeah, or the Fanta.
Yeah, Tab.
Yeah. Tab. Ooh.
Joe, let's get into it. How's your 2023 been thus far?
Well, that's a good question. I didn't have much time to prepare for this. Let me think.
I know. I thrust you into it just like a true performance review. So why don't I break this down step by step? Why don't we talk about the wins this year, Joe? I want you to be as honest as possible. What have been your wins as part of the first 4 months of the new year?
I've got a couple of wins.
Please. I'm going to determine if these are wins.
No, this is a real win. I applied to have a sabbatical. You know, I'm a college professor, right? Mm-hmm. Associate professor at a college. And there's this thing called a sabbatical where you can actually apply and say that you're going to do this type of study, and other people, and you're in a competitive state, and they decide whether or not you're allowed to do this. And if so, you take a full semester off and you get your regular paycheck, but you're able to just do your own thing. You don't have to be on campus or at school at all. No teaching, no responsibilities, no committee work, and you devote yourself full time to your own research. The point being that I was granted this sabbatical for the fall semester. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be able to do some stuff.
And you said it's for the fall semester.
Yes, which is next semester.
Got it. Okay, so from May into September?
Nope. The fall semester would start in September and end in December.
Okay, so
summer, there is no summer semester.
I have a hard time with this one because this feels like it's more of a fall win, probably like third quarter win.
Yes, but they told me in my first quarter.
All right.
So the win happened in my first quarter.
All right. So in many ways, there's two wins. You get the news, and then you get the sabbatical.
Yeah, and just the news was enough because I've been there for 18 years and I've applied for this before, and I haven't gotten it in the past.
Yeah,
it's interesting because in the past I always built the study around something that I felt they would like, and then finally one of my friends said, "Well, fuck it, just build the study around something you want to do, and then at least you'll know that you were telling the truth as opposed to trying to appease people." And I did that, and that's the time I was provided the sabbatical for the fall.
Okay, so that's a pretty good first win.
A really good win.
Let's keep the wins going, Joe.
Okay.
And I hope there are more, because if not, it's going to be a short segment.
Well, let me think. I was able to.
I'm putting on you on the hot seat here, Joe. I don't want you to be nervous.
I was able to work with the FISU World University Winter Games that happened here in Lake Placid. And whenever there is, Lake Placid's an Olympic town, right?
Yes.
And whenever we have a big set of games here, these had the same number of athletes as the Winter Olympics do. So, and it was 600 different universities from all over the world had students come. Really big deal. Prior to that, there's always a road team that goes out, and we do these torch runs in towns all over the region. So I went on a road show with a crew, and we would set up these torch runs in all these different towns, and I acted as the MC. And there was backdrops, and the torch ran through town and got passed from person to person, and that was a lot of fun because I hadn't done I hadn't done stuff like that, like event work that was real exciting with music, and we had a mascot who was like a big moose, and just being on the road with a group of people, it was real fun. So I would call that one a win.
Yeah, I would call that a win too. Now, when you were emceeing, did you put on a bit of a voice, or was it pretty authentic to whom you were?
No, it was I lowered it a little bit. I used my
Can you give us a sample of how that win may have looked or sounded rather? Would you introduce us to the moose character?
Yeah. Hello, Rochester, New York, and welcome. Thanks for coming to the
Now, would you have stammered like that at the event?
No.
Okay. All right.
I would have been more prepared.
All right. Let's take it from the top. Rochester,
Good morning, Rochester, New York, and welcome to the FISU World University Games happening in Lake Placid this January 24th through February 1st. I made up the dates.
Yeah.
And so I would do that sort of thing, and I would say, notice on the, what would I say about the torch itself?
Let's take it from the top, Joe. Let's take it from the top.
No, don't make me do it again. Good morning, Rochester, New York, and thanks for coming out to the FISU World University Games celebratory torch run. That's how I would do it.
And let's get the dates. In Lake Placid, New York.
Yes. Coming to Lake Placid, New York, February. Nope. Take it from the top.
Now, what was the moose's name?
Cool. What's up?
The moose.
Mac the moose.
Mac the moose.
Adirondack Mac. Yeah.
Now
here was scandal with Adirondack Mac.
Oh, no.
Adirondack Mac was like a professional mascot from either Switzerland or Sweden, Switzerland.
Okay.
And we brought him over here, and he had all this stuff that he wanted to do, and he had all these stipulations, and he does this and he doesn't do that, and blah blah blah. Da,
Bit
da,
of a
da, da.
diva.
Diva for sure. And in the meantime, all the other Adirondack Macs were just people here from town, like one of the bartenders.
Yeah.
One of the people who worked for Fisu, her daughter was tall enough to fit into the costume.
Right.
And so we have this one diva who has all these stipulations, and everybody else is just a normal person.
Yeah.
Well, all the normal people kind of ganged up on the diva, and we sent him packing right back to Switzerland about halfway through the.
There's something kind of sad about an egotistical mascot guy.
Yeah. Yes. And he was bragging about a lot of things that aren't, that braggy, right? Like,
well, like what?
Well, like other mascots he was at different places. Like he might say, yeah, I suppose they told you. He would say something like that. You know? I suppose they told you that I was Ricky Raccoon at the, and I thought, no, I wasn't told at all. So
now, could you imagine that this gig that you did emceeing parlays into you becoming an analyst at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this November?
I would love it because I love fun facts, right?
You and Al Roker cutting it up. You're both wearing sensible hats and things like that.
I feel like Al and I intersect. Our personalities and everything intersect. I think we would need somebody who was sort of not.
You're saying you and Al Roker would maybe clash?
No, not clash. I think we just would attract the same demographic. I think we would attract the same demographic. So I think you need to put like some cheesecake with me or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe you and one of the singers from 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey.
Well, no. I was thinking more along the lines of like, I'm trying to think. Who would
Rhea Perlman?
Fun or Rhea Perlman type, I think would be real good. Yeah, me and Rhea Perlman doing the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Now, have you had any other wins this first quarter of 2023?
Could I have Tina Fey? I think we could make a real good match.
I'll tell you what, I saw you with Al Roker.
So you're saying that Tina Fey's quite a
that's a bit of a jump. I don't think Tina Fey is going to be doing the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year. That's quite a fall for her. No, that's a fall for her and a leap for you.
Yeah, and somewhere we're both in the canyon. Okay. Any other wins for me? That's a good question.
Let's go to our guest analysts, Joe Conto and OJ Simpson.
No, I would not do that. I would forego the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah, what if they offer it to you? They say, we got a really exciting opportunity for you. You're going to be one of the analysts at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Great, yeah.
We're going to have you at the station where like the floats go afterwards. It's like, this is a behind the scenes look. So they say, and there's only one catch. It's going to be you and OJ Simpson.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind the airtime.
Yeah.
OJ, huh?
Yeah. And then maybe they throw in Robert Blake.
Okay, no, I guess I can't. Though Robert Blake's dead. So anyway, no. Right. I've got standards, and my standards are.
All right, fair enough.
But that is interesting. Like, who would I? Are there other scandalized people that I would say, okay?
Matt Lauer?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Matt Lauer, yeah. Why not? Well, look, wait, let's get something straight. I know why not. But I shouldn't have said sure so quickly. But I feel like.
Yeah, you really jumped to yes very fast, Joe. OJ, you put up a stink. Matt Lauer, you're like, oh yeah, I love Matt Lauer.
He has on-air appeal. I do think that he and I could kibitz good.
You, Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose, Chris Matthews, all the disgraced TV personalities.
It's too bad, right? Because Chris Matthews, he was all right. Yeah, except for that part. Yeah.
This might be one of your fails of the first quarter where you're like, yeah, I'll do stuff with Matt Lauer and Chris Matthews and Charlie Rose.
Yeah, no, I never said Charlie Rose. I don't know where you got that from. Again, I have standards. Listen.
Now, I want to know about some of the difficulties of the first quarter, if there have been any. Yeah, let's take a second to think about it. Bare your soul.
Real difficulties.
And it doesn't have to be a 10 on 10 difficulty. It could just be something that's giving you a bit of
Okay.
grief.
Well, there was they had to turn my water off for a couple of days,
Yep.
and I had to wash my hair with bottled water.
Yep. Now I understand you've got the bottle with you.
Because I keep refilling it. I keep it in my fridge.
Yeah. So you've been washing your
Nature's
hair
promise.
with that jug of spring water.
No. This is not. This is back to tap water, but the jug itself, because I felt
That's
bad
the jug that you were washing your hair with.
Yes. Yeah, with spring water. I'm telling you what, my hair was really like full body.
Okay, so it was a difficulty that turned into a win. They shut your water off, but then you started washing your hair with spring water.
That is interesting. That often happens with me, James. Life tends to take care of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately. That like when something tough happens, usually something else comes around. Not immediately, but somewhere. You remember at game day on New Year's Day, you and I were there, and I think Dimitri was with us, where I got my tarot
we had
cards
attended
read.
a board game event where I ate chicken in front of everyone.
Yeah, like a rotisserie chicken.
Yes. Yeah.
And I got my tarot cards read. And my tarot cards were that, remember, tough times were going to come up, but things were going to turn around, and I was going to be back on top after. And I thought to myself, that is often my life.
Mm-hmm.
So if it happens,
and that's why we're excited to let you know that this November you'll be paired up with Matt Lauer at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
But I'm hoping that something happens last minute and it ends up being like Tina Fey or Amy Poehler, or if you could imagine, Miss Carol Burnett.
What about OJ?
Oh, is that what happens? They go, Joe, we're right.
Yeah.
We've listened to you. We've heard that your request that you prefer not to be paired with Matt Lauer. And I'd say, thank you so much. And they'd say, okay, come on, have a seat. And then they go, we're live in 5, 4, 3. And then I look over, and then there's OJ just looking at me.
Yeah, and they say, Joe, you're going to be leading in your partner in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, welcome to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Me and my, oh boy. Okay. That'd be good. Where's my sound effect?
Oh, you'll get one.
Very long. It's almost like on purpose. Drawn out.
Joe, your mic is very hot right now.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Very hot. Oh, sorry. I apologize. My apologies.
Now, Joe, you have any other difficulties in the first quarter 2023?
Well, nothing I guess I would like
outside of that moment just now.
No, nothing I would like to discuss on air.
Right. Well, why not?
Yeah. Nothing I would like to discuss. Is there anything at all? I had a weird interaction over the weekend with somebody in Montreal, a service provider.
Okay.
But other than that,
well, let's hear about it. Where was the service?
Yeah. Okay. I can't. I'll tell you off air because it's a situation that we're both involved with.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. Right, a colleague. Yeah, you had to dust up with a colleague.
Okay. Punctuation.
All right. Well, Joe, do you have any predictions or projections for the next quarter?
No, my God. I'm not a very good guest tonight, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Joe, I want you to relax, right? I know that you're full of gas, right? Let's just think about this, right?
I got some good stuff coming
predictions, right? The summer's coming up.
Yeah,
is there anything you're looking forward to? It doesn't have to be a prediction like I'm gonna win the Super Bowl, right? It might be, I'm gonna take a trip. I'm gonna do this.
No, but everybody in Montreal will be happy to know that I've gotten a sublet again for the month of June. So I'll be in Montreal.
Well, everyone except this person that you had a dust up with.
Yeah, I've got to fix that. But other than that, and you know me, I'm a fixer. I can fix anything. Don't worry about me. But in June I'll be in Montreal, so hopefully I'll do a lot of improv shows, and
Mhm.
we'll meet people for a lot of coffees and
Yeah,
lunches, and go for walks and go to the park and have a beer and just hang around. Doesn't that sound great? Sit on a balcony
I think it sounds
somewhere.
awesome.
Yeah,
So,
so I'm
and again,
really
this is all these predictions need to be. It doesn't need to be, I'm gonna rent a convertible and drive to California, right?
no. I find that most things like that don't nearly compare with just like a really good hang with
Yeah,
some people that you can yuck it up with, right?
yeah, we
Yeah,
agree. We absolutely agree. Now, is there
I look forward to that.
anything that you hope happens over the next
Yeah,
4 months?
yeah.
Okay,
I hope that I meet our friend Annabelle's cat, Steve, because I
sure.
saw Steve and he looks real
I don't know if I
soft.
like the way that you're talking right now, Joe. You
No, he
seem a
looks fluffy
little.
and soft, man.
Yeah,
That
but
looks like a cat.
if you would have said, "Oh, I can't wait to meet Annabelle's cat. Looks so fluffy and soft," and said you're like, "That cat looks."
Oh, oh, I love that cat. I know. Yeah,
Okay,
but that,
so
it was a real cute cat and had a white mustache. You wait, you wait.
you're looking forward to having some meals, some breakfast, walks, beers, this, that, and the other, and playing with someone's cat. All
That
right.
cat specifically.
Anything you're hoping to avoid in the next quarter?
Ooh, yeah. You know that I have not even had a cold, like no sick, no illness whatsoever, not even a cold since 2019.
You're one of the rare people that has still avoided the novel coronavirus.
COVID free, but not only COVID free, but I didn't get even a winter cold. I haven't gotten, and I work at a school. There was a lot of kids with a lot of gross
Now,
croup or
are
whatever.
you getting flu shots? Are you getting the coronavirus vaccine?
Name it. I have them injected.
So
Yes,
you're just fully juiced.
I'm fully juiced.
Mm-hmm.
I even got my shingles shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had considered getting it because I suffered from shingles a few years ago.
You know, that means you don't wash down there.
No, I didn't have it down there.
Somebody told me.
Well, that must have been the same person that you had a dust up with. I had shingles in my scalp.
Oh, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Couldn't wear your hat.
I did to shield people from the horror that it began to creep past my scalp onto my face.
You don't want to get shingles near your eye. That's a
I
real
know
big
they
deal.
sent my doctor sent me to an ophthalmologist, and the doctor said, "Now I'm going to ask you a question." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "Do you have HIV?" And I said, "Not to my knowledge." This is
Because
very, very unusual for someone of your
oh,
age to be
so
uh
so shingly.
yeah.
What brought it on? You don't know. It just happened.
No, because I think shingles lives dormant in many people. I really brought the energy down with my use of the acronym HIV. Joe, I think that means your time's up on tonight's program.
I think that's just as well. I think it's just as well. Oh my God, James! I don't think I was that interesting tonight.
I thought we started a little ordinary. I won't lie. We started a little ordinary, but then I think we really turned things around when I had
Somewhere?
you
I don't know.
doing your I was teeing you up, Joe. And this is one thing that I take a lot of pride in on the show. The
You're good at
jokes and
that.
the laughs don't need to come from me. That's why very much in the way that you were speaking about Annabelle's cat in a
Yeah,
predatory way.
yeah.
On this show, I imagine myself on the top of a tree or a perch like a hawk, preying on moments. And when I found out you were an MC, that's when I said, Joe, why don't we get a sample of this? Oh,
Yeah.
Joe, why don't you take it from the top? Joe, what if you worked with Matt Lauer and
Yeah,
OJ
that was
Simpson?
good. That was a good bit. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm with
yeah,
that one. That was a good bit.
yeah. We turned it
Sure.
around, right? You and I
Yeah,
often do.
and I feel like I played into that. And then I was humiliated, and that always seems to
I wouldn't say humiliated.
well,
Tonight,
that
tonight,
part was
tonight
pretty
was
long.
well, I mean, look, the mic shouldn't have been so hot, Joe.
Well, that's the thing. It was partially my fault.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Joe, any last words for the people watching as they embark on their second quarter of the year?
No, but I wish everyone
I like
a great.
that. No. None of the guests ever say that when I set them up. I like that. No, I have nothing to say to the people watching.
I do wish everybody a great a great second quarter. I hope it's a good one for everyone.
Joe,
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too, Jimmy. I
Thank
really
you so
do.
much for being here tonight.
Yeah, I hope to see you soon.
We will. Folks, I want to take a moment to apologize for Joe's flatulence. It was something that he let us know about before we got on air. He assured us that his mic levels were at a place where we had nothing to worry about. So I want to, on behalf of the show, apologize. And the things that come out of Joe do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the At Home with James show. Let's welcome our next guest, someone that's perpetually nervous while on the air here. It's Annabelle Agnew. Annabelle, you specifically requested that walk-in music.
My favorite.
I never took you as someone who would enjoy kind of European dance music. Everybody, let's rock.
It's one of my secrets that's, I guess, now out in the open.
Annabelle, are you much of a dancer? Do you like going out dancing? Did you ever enjoy going out dancing?
I love dancing. I wouldn't say that I would go to the clubs in my 20s because I hate waiting in lines, but I do love dancing. I grew up
How would you
as
define your
dancer.
dance skills? Are you more kind of like a dorky dancer, silly dancer, fun dancer, or do things get a little bit,
I'm a good dancer.
Really?
Yes, I was offered a scholarship to go to this dance at the National School of Dance when I was younger.
What type of dance do you enjoy?
All types. And then when I was in my teens, I was learning how to become a ballroom dancing instructor. So I did ballroom dancing. I did the dancing at the Salsa Tech in my 20s.
Oh my God, this is a revelation, because if someone said push comes to shove, how would you define Annabelle's dancing, having not seen it? I would have said probably a dorky dancer.
Absolutely. I seem very dorky on stage, but I actually do have some moves.
You got some moves. Okay.
I do.
Very interesting. Any that you'd like to show us if we put that song back on?
No.
Everybody, let's Well, whoa, hot mic. Well, the people that are watching right now were probably briefly excited until we got two crossed arms, but you never know. If you're live in a venue in which music might be playing and Annabelle Agnew is cutting a rug, you might be able to see it live and in living color. Annabelle, first question, how has 2023 treated you thus far? You seem salty. You seem salty.
But
it's okay if you aren't.
2023 has been fantastic so far.
Okay, great.
This year so far.
Well, I'm just, you just seem closed off, seem boxed in right now.
Oh, well, this is my comfort zone right here.
And look,
just my arms crossed is actually comfortable.
Perhaps it is not for me to say as someone who often sits in a way that expels displeased feelings.
It's true. Often when I see you, James, you're often like this.
Yeah, I slowly slip further and further down a chair, my legs outstretched, arms crossed. So, far.
Maybe that's just when you're looking at me, though.
Oh, okay. So now you and I are going to have a dust up.
No.
I don't think so. Okay, you say that 2023 has been fantastic so far. I want to begin the exact same way we did with Joe. What are some of your wins of the first quarter, January to April, as we embark on the closing moments of the month?
I saved my cat from dying, so that was pretty great.
That's a huge win.
That's a huge win.
The cat that Joe can't wait to touch.
The cat that Joe.
What did you think about that? What did you think about that tone?
Well, I thought it's deserved. I mean, Steve is a very exciting looking cat. I get it.
Okay.
I get it. Yeah.
Not disturbed.
It's a little bit overexcited, but
yeah, I thought he was looking at that cat like Matt Lauer looks at interns.
Yes. Looks at pussies.
That I don't know if that word has ever been said on this show in over 400 episodes, 3 years. I don't know if that word has ever been said.
Well, I'm happy to break the seal.
Yeah, the seal. Yeah, I don't know if I enjoy that choice of word. Let's continue. What are some of your other wins of the year outside of saving your cat's life?
Um, I cooked myself a lot of frozen pizza. Yeah,
That's a win.
that's a win. Yeah.
Okay. What's your
Okay.
brand of choice?
My new my new favorite brand is Stefano. I don't know. Do you
Oh,
know that? Do you know that frozen pizza?
someone's had a financially successful first quarter of 2023.
That's also been a win. Is I
Yeah.
sold out 2023, and I started selling 2024 for my
So you're
business.
buying Stefano frozen pizza. I'm a fan of the Dr. Oetker Casa di Mamas.
I love the Casa de Mama as well.
Yeah, you get 4 slices. The dough stays quite nice and chewy, a little bit crispy, but you can't mess it up. I think Dr. Oetker top to bottom is the best of the frozen pizzas.
I think you're right about that. That's what was my go-to, but Stefano, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is
Now, have
the
you ever had
new favorite.
have you ever had the Stefano jarred pasta sauces? They're fantastic.
I think I actually did
the
last week.
marinara is unbelievable.
Oh,
This is a Montreal brand. I should start, trying to find a way to bring the two brands together at home. And Stefano, I'm sure they love people on here flagrantly using the P word.
well, we don't have to let them know about that. I mean,
Sure,
it's
yeah.
just one guest, one time.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so
Yeah.
you've been eating a lot of frozen pizza, which still seems questionable as a win.
For me, it's a win.
Okay, look.
Like putting in less effort in places so that I can continue to edit all of the time.
Yeah,
And
and for people who don't know, what are you editing and what do you do?
I'm a wedding photographer, so I do lots of editing.
Got it.
I did yoga a few times. That's some wins.
Okay.
Went for a few walks.
Now, I like how quick you're getting these answers in. Joe, very long-winded. Just very long-winded.
Well, in fairness, I'm second, so I got to tee up some
That's
of my
fine,
answers.
but I think had you been first, Joe would have been second, long-winded.
Okay, maybe.
I like that you're like, I saved my cat's life. I eat a lot of frozen pizza. I edit photos.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. I think the biggest win was just actually being financially okay for 2023 and 2024 as somebody who works for themselves.
Amen, sister.
Yes, thank you.
Now, have you claimed your taxes yet?
No.
I have.
Yeah. We haven't got to my losses yet, or bad things.
Well, okay,
or whatever we're calling it.
Let's not spoil it here. Do you have any other wins that you'd like to speak of? Outside of eating frozen pizzas and doing yoga a couple times. What's the next one going to be? The other day I clipped some of my toenails.
I did that last night. That was a win, and I painted them, which is a big win.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you a question. Is it hard to cut your toenails? Because lately these days I'm like, I get my leg up there and it just feels like a lot.
I get it. I get that.
Feels like a lot of work.
Only on one side though for me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because there is the difference between the sides. And I want to say this right now because in our production call, Dimitri made a face as I talked about it. I want to say here right now, I have very nice male feet.
You do?
Most men I know, their feet are disgusting. They look like Fred Flintstone feet. I've got great feet.
I think there's a bit of a debate going on.
This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about in the production call.
Let's see. I don't like my toes very much.
I take care. I take care of my feet. I when spring rolls around, you're walking more, you're more apt for blisters. I felt one coming, immediately put one of those Dr. Scholl blister blaster pads on. Took care of that thing right away.
Good for you. Last year I had an incident with a blister that I never knew. Yeah. I think you were.
Well, that's more of a 2022 quarterly episode.
That's right. Let's not go there.
We're not looking back. We're looking
2022. Exactly.
Let's get into the juice, right? People want that, People are sick. People want the bad stuff. What are some of your first quarter losses, Annabelle? And don't be shy. Joe got a little nervous. Don't be shy.
Oh man.
Don't be shy.
My dad died. How about we go there
Oh,
right away?
we got to cut the song off or we're going to get scrubbed for copyright. Now, Annabelle, earlier on, you were part of a first ever moment on At Home where you dropped the P-U-S-S-Y word. This is another first moment where someone speaks about a recent death of not just any relative, a parent.
Yeah.
And it was immediately met with a sound clip. At
It was
least you didn't
perfect.
get the fart one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a literal loss. That's a literal loss.
Big time loss. Yeah.
And maybe we end the episode now.
Yeah,
Maybe we
I
just call
know.
it first ever 44-minute episode of the At Home Show. All right, okay. Well,
I was
how are
writing
you?
my review of like the first quarter. I was like, this is sad.
Look,
This
this is on me
sad.
because I said, "Hey, Annabelle, don't be shy." Of course, I knew this news already, and it really escaped my mind as I let all of you know, "Hey, we're going to talk about the wins and losses." So, well, how are you doing currently?
I'm great,
All right,
actually.
then let's move on to some of your other losses. You started strong with Dead
Yeah,
Dad.
dead dad. Other losses.
I could have jumped in on that one if this episode took place about 20 years ago.
I don't know about any other losses. I guess lost access to my bed a few times. Um
You want to
mm,
speak to why, or is it just going to be
I had
vague
like
and
get
bizarre?
I had guests over, so I had to sleep on my couch a few times. Yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah.
was the first night fine or was it tough?
Um, it was okay. I just actually don't have good blinds in my house, so the sun comes right in, so I wake up pretty early. But anyway,
Understood. Yeah.
yeah.
Now I was waking myself up early this morning because I toss and turn very much at night. My bed has been squeaking a lot lately, so I'd turn and the
Oh,
just the incessant squeaking woke me up,
that's not
and
good.
I don't know what to do about it.
New bed.
Someone had said to me, "New bed. The bed frame's 2 years old."
Oh,
They said I got to tighten the screws.
yeah, maybe you got to do that.
All right. Maybe that's one of my 2023 first quarter losses. All right.
That sounds like
Any
it.
others?
Or
Any
a
others to speak
win.
of?
You could turn it into a win if you
That's
fix
not a
it.
win. Doing home repair, that's not a win.
Well, to you, but maybe to some.
Well, far be it for you or I to project on what other people's wins and or losses might be.
True. But we could speculate.
Yeah, this is a night of every segment having just ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other losses to speak of? You started off with my dad died, and then you moved to I couldn't sleep in my bed for a couple nights.
Any other losses?
Yeah.
No, I think that the big one was pretty much it. That was the
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah. The bed
Yeah.
one, of course,
The
that we're
b-
talking about. Yeah.
yeah.
Now, things to look forward to for the next quarter.
Heat. No more
All right.
winter.
Okay,
Lots of
yeah.
heat.
Now we had an ice storm a couple weeks ago, and then the following week we had 28-degree weather. Now we're back to a more traditional spring because, as you know, April showers bring May flowers. We're gonna get a lot of rain for the next few days. You're looking forward to heat as of May through September. This is where you and I cannot agree.
Never agree.
I can tolerate warmth. I'm not interested in a heat wave. But of course, as they say, it's the humidity that gets you, not the heat.
Yes, that's right. I think part lizard, so I love the heat. I
All right. Now,
really
anything
like it.
specifically you're looking forward to in the heat? Going dancing?
Um, I think just actually hanging out in Montreal this year, I won't be traveling almost at all, which is
Okay.
so exciting to me.
Mhm.
I'm always traveling in the summer, so I actually get to experience
Well, you travel for
Montreal in the
work, but
summer.
let me ask this. Are you going to be doing any travel for personal pleasure?
I'm doing one trip to Newfoundland in August
Okay,
with
very
some
nice.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Which
But
is included in the next quarter.
which is that the next quarter?
Well, yeah. Quarter is 4
Oh,
parts, and
yeah.
a year has 12 months, and you can chop it up into 4 months.
You are right.
Hmm.
Well, wait, it's not 4, is it?
Well, you could for the sake of this episode, or you could quarter it into first.
Wouldn't a quarter
second,
be 3
third.
months?
You could, but what I'm saying is it's 4 opening months is a quarter.
Wait, there's 12 months.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna quarter that,
Yeah, there's the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter. Because a month can be
wait, no, but
a
like,
year
no
a
way.
year can be 4 quarters or 3 quarters.
You were suggesting that August would hit the second quarter.
It is the second quarter.
It's not.
May, June, July, and August. 4
That's
quarters.
4 months.
Exactly.
That's
And the
4
first
months.
4 months we've got January, February, March, and April,
It
followed
should be
by
January,
May,
February,
June,
March.
July, August, then followed by September, October,
No.
November, and December. Now,
Oh,
a year can have
no.
you can quarter a year into 3 months apiece, or you can quarter it into 4 pieces.
James, that's not a quarter.
Yeah, there you go. Or you could break it up into halves. This could,
Stop.
if we could do.
You just broke it into thirds. We are doing thirds.
Yeah,
tonight.
but a quarter is we're breaking it up into 4 quarters, 3 quarters. It's a 3 quarter.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
pretty simple, Annabelle.
Is it?
Anything you're not looking forward to other than your next appearance on this show?
Anything I'm not looking forward to?
Yeah.
Oh, I hit my busy season, so that's I don't look forward to being swamped with work. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. That's the big one. Everything
Okay,
else I'm looking forward to.
All right. So it seems like we've accomplished what we were here to accomplish tonight, which is talk about the first quarter of 2023.
No. Yeah.
Some people break it up into 4 quarters. I break it up into 3 quarters.
Okay. Just so we're clear.
January, February, March, April. May,
Right.
June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. I turned 45 in my first quarter of this year.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now, if current day Annabelle could go back and tell 25-year-old Annabelle, hey, keep your eyes open and your head up for this. What do you think current day Annabelle would say?
I just say trust your instincts.
All right. That feels like a good answer.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think 25-year-old Annabelle would tell current day Annabelle? Let's reverse it.
I think 25-year-old Annabelle would be a little too drunk and fucked up to listen.
Well, Annabelle, this feels like a good place to say goodnight. I appreciate you being on the show for the first quarter of the year.
Thank you for having me, James.
The pleasure has been all mine.
Okay, great.
That's Annabelle Agnew, folks. We've done it again. Oh, hot mic. Folks, before we move on to our final quarter of the show, because we break this show up into 3 quarters, we will be back a week from tonight, Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on twitch.tv/@home-with-James. And if you're thinking, God, I'd like to go back and watch some of those older episodes, you can. It is on our YouTube page, which is linked within this page. Enjoy all the goodness from all the years gone by. Let us welcome our third and final guest. He's working tonight's control center. It's Dimitri Kirez. Welcome, Dimitri.
How goes it, James?
Yeah, I'm doing really, really great. I wasn't expecting to see you in this state.
Yeah, well, I've donned a new persona, James.
A new persona. Am I speaking with Dimitri?
No,
Oh, well, my mistake. You both look quite similar.
you can call me Pete Magnum.
Pete Magnum. Well,
That's right.
Pete, it's there's no relation to Dimitri.
Nope.
Long lost Greek
Nope.
southern cousin.
Nope, not really. You're talking to Pete Magnum.
All right. Well, Pete, it's really great to make your acquaintance. I'm just hold on. Oh, yep. hmm Just getting a production note from our production assistant Devin saying that you are a last minute addition to the show, as he's on the search for I guess what he's calling a new guest initiative. And nice to have you here. What brings you to At Home, Pete?
I wish I could say it's a kind day. A
Okay.
kind wind has brought me here. I wish I could say that. But I
Okay.
can't, James. I can't say that I'm here to talk anything other than business.
All right. So we're here to discuss business tonight. Is that something you dabble in? Are you a businessman? What type of business do you? All right.
Sorry, James. I hate to break it to you, but you've been targeted.
Excuse me?
You've been targeted.
For what?
Acquisition.
I've been targeted. You mean me, the person? Someone's going to buy James, or someone's going to purchase
Don't
this
be
program?
insane. You're not allowed to do that. Your show's been targeted for
Okay.
acquisition.
All right.
The
well,
people
that's
that I
interesting.
represent, James, have deemed your show a good buy. And they've sent
Okay.
me to close the deal on the program.
I wasn't even aware this show was open to acquisition. Is
That's
the
the
person
thing
who-
about me,
All right.
Pete Magnum, acquisition hunter.
An acquisition hunter. All right. So, how did you come to find out about the show?
Well, I often do my research, and by research I mean I have a fleet of interns that scour the globe for profitable endeavors.
All right.
And
Okay.
yours came
So,
across my table by way of anonymous submission.
okay. So you're interested in the show, and obviously something has
Not
caught
just
your eye. What do you?
interested,
Right.
tantalized.
Okay. Well, what part of this show tantalized you?
The fact that it's been running for so many years without missing a beat. Something about this show's genome is unlike anything I've ever seen. Allow me to introduce some of my past programming.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing with the Stars,
Okay. All right.
MTV's Next, Survivor, Cambodia, and of course, last but certainly not least, BattleBots.
Wait, you're responsible for all of those shows?
BattleBots, indeed. The show where nerds get together and build lawnmowers with propellers and flamethrowers on them. They battle, and they leave it all out there in the octagon.
Well, again, what is it about this show that turned you on so much, right? You talked about the consistency, but certainly there must be something else, a taste, a flavor, a je ne sais quoi.
Truthfully, James, the untapped potential. You have a
Okay.
platform in a way with words, but you're using your platform all along. You're getting people who are very sad on the show as guests, where you could be put
What do you
in a
mean? What's so sad about the guests?
James,
Mm-hmm.
you got Joe Conto and Annabelle Agnew over here.
Yeah, what was so sad about Joe?
Joe had a tarot reading and it ruined his entire year, and Annabelle Agnew. James, I'm coming to you with an olive branch.
All right.
This is a sinking ship. You're in a
Wait,
submarine.
hold on.
that's-
What about Annabelle?
Her dad died. Listen, James. I'm giving you a chance.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sinking ship.
What, the show's a sinking ship?
You've done what you could with the program, James, and the people I
Okay.
represent will not take no for an answer. Get out.
I don't disagree that something can be done.
Get out while you still can, brother. Get out.
So you would like to purchase and, again, as you mentioned, acquire the show. You're an acquisition hunter.
Oh, the people I represent have put together a mighty fine, juicy offer for you
Okay.
that I'm very
Well, I'm
happy
listening.
to present. I'm slipping this little note right here
All right.
between your supple, soft fingertips.
Are you hitting on me, or
I don't know. Is that sweetening the deal?
not particularly?
Then I'll change my tactic, you dirty son of a bitch.
Well, I don't know if I care for that either.
I'll go neutral then. How does that feel, friend?
Yeah, I like it. I like it, friend.
Neutral tactic engaged. Acquisition continues. Here's a note that I'm slipping your way right now. I think you'll find the offer very pleasing.
I guess it's tough for me to say that I can't receive notes.
You don't own a fax machine?
I can't say that I do, no. The show's not successful enough to warrant a fax machine in my home. Which perhaps is part of the problem.
Why my employers want this program, I will never know. I'll read it out to you, Mr. McGee.
Yeah.
$685.
Now, how did you land on $685?
We had our team of nerds go over the advanced analytics.
Do they like when you talk about them that way?
They get in line and they get good. It's tough to find a job in this economy, Mr. McGee, but with $685, I don't think you'll be having to worry.
Oh, well, you know, I'm gonna have to pass. It's not enough of a sum of money for me to budge.
Congratulations, Mr. McGee. You've successfully gotten past the first hurdle. $685
But there's
is
hurdles to this, hurdles and tests.
Yes.
All right.
It's a classic lowball offer, and you, hook, line, and sinker, didn't take it.
Wait, hook, line, and sinker didn't take it?
I'm an acquisition hunter,
All right.
not an English professor. James McGee, final offer.
I think from $685 to your final offer?
No, my final offer is $50,000.
Yeah, deal. It's a deal.
Congratulations, Mr. McGee.
I'll sell you the show and I'll just start a new show. Deal.
You have successfully seen past my guise, my ruse.
Wait, so that wasn't the final
$50,000.
offer?
We'd never pay that for this shit box of a show. I'm discouraging you. How do you retaliate?
Well, I choose not to retaliate.
Ooh, well done, Mr. McGee.
You're a guest on the show, and I'm happy to engage in this conversation.
Well done, Mr. McGee. You have successfully hurdled over the third obstacle in this conversation.
Which was?
Not drawing your sword.
How many hurdles are part of this?
$2,000
Oh,
is a price I could say, but instead, I'll give you this. You keep your show, but we're in charge. A few little tweaks here and there.
well, let's hear about the tweaks
You
before
won't
I
notice
agree.
a thing. Well, we'll
Well,
have
like
to
what?
obviously change the content. No more of these guests popping on the show. No more of these absolute stinkers coming on talking
No,
about.
that's unkind. That is unkind.
Oh, I apologize. I must have transitioned over to hostile acquisition hunter mode. Let me switch back. They're fine people.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you would even call friends. Am I right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Well, they won't be friends for long once they know what kind of deal you've got in your
Well, I
little
haven't made
pockets.
any deal. I made the deal for $50K.
That wasn't a real deal. This is the real deal.
Yeah, okay.
You keep the show, and we become, let's just say, your silent partners in the deal. Except we won't be so silent.
So silent partners that are not silent.
What will happen was we'll get you to switch up the show just a little bit. Maybe drop a few sponsors here and there, and in exchange...
Yeah, I'm open to sponsorships. Yes, I am.
Very good, Mr. McGee. Very good indeed.
Again, I feel like you're flirting with me.
I must have transitioned into flirtation acquisition hunter mode. I think I'll stay there, Mr. McGee.
All right, fair enough.
Stefano's Pizza, are you familiar?
I'm familiar with the brand. It's Stefano's as a brand. They have a variety of items.
You're
the local
already,
brand.
You're already privy to our merchandise. The transition will be easier than I thought.
Wait, you have the ownership of that brand?
As well as many. BattleBots, MTV's Next, all sorts of different things.
So you are involved in show production as well as grocery store items.
They're one and the same, Mr. McGee. Follow the money.
I'm happy to continue this conversation.
Very good.
You piqued my curiosity. I'm not willing to settle tonight, but I'm willing to entertain more conversation.
Do you agree to sign right here, right now on the dotted line? You won't notice a dang thing, Mr. McGee. We'll just be
I do not agree.
in the dark. And in exchange,
don't agree.
You never have to worry about money ever again.
It's not going to be an agreement.
Come on, Mr. McGee. You know you want it.
Won't happen.
Why won't you sell? What will it take?
It's going to take further conversation.
All right, Mr. McGee.
Perhaps I've got a series of hurdles that you'll have to jump over as well,
Oh,
Mr. Magnum.
Have you engaged in flirtation acquisition hunter mode?
Nope.
I beg to differ, Mr. McGee. I'll let my bosses know where you stand and that you've spit on our offer.
Well, I don't spit on the offer. Like I said, I'm happy to entertain further conversations.
So be it, Mr. McGee. You'll hear from us again.
I look forward to it.
Oh, we do as well. And one word of advice.
Sure.
For my bosses.
Mm-hmm. Who are your bosses?
Let's just say they'd really appreciate a Greek Heritage Appreciation Night.
All right. Understood.
Time's ticking, Mr. McGee. You know what they say.
What's that?
Money doesn't last forever, but best and good friends do. You best start to see when one's right in front of you. Your show's on a ticking clock, hanging on by a thread, Mr. McGee.
Sure.
You better watch out, because
Yeah, how many more metaphors do you have?
Sharks are starting to circle all around. And who are you if you don't have a buoy? A buoy to hold on to.
Are you the buoy?
There's a storm coming, Mr. McGee.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I wonder, am I gonna need a bigger boat? Crocodile tears. Goodbye, Mr. McGee.
Well, have a good night, Mr.
Speaking
Magnum.
real soon.
I'm sure that we will be. I look forward to it. God. I feel like it wouldn't be a surprise if we found out by tomorrow morning that guy was dead. Anyways, that's our show. That's our first quarter review of the year, because on this show, the year is broken up into 3 quarters. You got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and of course, December. Thanks so much for being here tonight, folks. We'll be back a week from tonight. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.